Welcome back to the channel. Today we're embarking on a fascinating journey through the United States. You may think you know everything there is about this country, but today we're going to reveal some incredible and hidden details that might surprise even the most knowledgeable history buffs. From hidden cities to strange laws, and from historical curiosities to geographic wonders, here are 15 secret facts about the USA, with a deep dive into the stories, controversies, and secrets behind. Let's get started. 1. The USA has a city called Boring. Let's kick things off with a quirky fact. In Oregon, there's a small city named Boring. The name might sound, well, boring, but it's anything but. The town was named after its founder, William H. Boring, a Union soldier who fought in the Civil War. The town has embraced its name with good humor, and in 2012, it became sister cities with Dull, Scotland, forming the Boring and Dull Partnership. This partnership has sparked tourism and led to an unofficial Boring and Dull Day, celebrated in both locations every August. Historical context. To understand the importance of towns like Boring, we have to delve into the American frontier experience. The late 19th century saw waves of settlers pushing into the Pacific Northwest, creating new towns and communities. These settlers often named towns after prominent local figures, including Boring. Naming a place after its founder was a common tradition in the U.S., and it remains a living testament to the personal stories that shaped America's western frontier. Tourism impact. Despite its name, Boring has attracted a fair share of attention from tourists intrigued by its unusual moniker. People come to take selfies by the town's sign, explore nearby natural attractions like Mount Hood or the Oregon Trail, and indulge in the lighthearted humor that Boring embraces. This quirky appeal has even made it a minor pop culture icon, with mentions in shows, articles, and blogs around the world. 2. The USA has no official language. You might assume that English is the official language of the United States, but here's the surprising truth. The U.S. has never declared an official language at the federal level. Despite the overwhelming majority of Americans speaking English, the nation's founders chose not to mandate an official language. Why? Because they believed in cultural freedom and feared that imposing a single language might alienate non-English speakers who helped form the country. Historical context. During the early years of the United States, the population was already quite diverse, with communities speaking languages such as German, Dutch, French, and Spanish. In fact, during the 18th century, German immigrants were so numerous that there was a brief debate over whether the country should adopt German as a co-official language alongside English. The issue was quickly dismissed, but it highlights the multicultural fabric of early America. Language and politics. Language has also played a major role in politics over the centuries. In some states, Spanish is used almost as widely as English, particularly in regions like New Mexico, California, and Texas. The ongoing debate over whether the U.S. should adopt English as an official language remains contentious. On the one hand, English-only advocates argue that a common language is essential for national unity. On the other hand, opponents claim that such a move would marginalize millions of non-English speakers, particularly immigrants. State-level decisions. While there's no national language, many U.S. states have declared English as their official language. Some states, however, have embraced their linguistic diversity. Hawaii, for example, recognizes both English and Hawaiian as official languages, while Louisiana maintains a strong French-speaking population, and New Mexico acknowledges the importance of Spanish. 3. The shortest place name is I. Here's an odd one. In the vast state of Texas, there is a place simply called I. That's it. Just the letter I. This tiny town's name may be the shortest in the world, but it holds a certain intrigue. Like many small towns, I is largely forgotten, its history obscured over the years, yet it remains a curious geographical oddity on the American map. The mystery of one-letter names. Many one-letter place names exist around the world, and each has its own backstory. In the U.S., other examples of one-letter towns include Y in Alaska and A in Louisiana. These place names often come from early settlers, transportation signs, or simple abbreviations. Historical context. One of the reasons for these short place names may be linked to the early days of telegraph communication. In the 19th century, when the telegraph was the fastest form of communication, shorter names saved time especially when it came to railroad towns. As more small settlements popped up along train routes, abbreviating the town names became convenient for both signage and communication. Tourism and local culture. Though not widely known, places like draw attention from geography enthusiasts and travelers looking for unique road trips. People who enjoy exploring off-the-beaten-path destinations often seek out these quirky spots just for the novelty of having visited a place with such an odd name. 4. The Statue of Liberty wasn't always green. The iconic Statue of Liberty is known worldwide for its vibrant green color. But did you know it wasn't always that way? When it was first gifted to the U.S. by France in 1886, the statue was a shiny copper color. Over time, due to the process of oxidation, the copper reacted with air and moisture, turning the statue the pale green we see today. Historical context. The Statue of Liberty was designed by French sculptor Frédéric Auguste Bartholdi and built by the famous engineer Gustave Eiffel. It was a gift from the people of France to celebrate the friendship between the two nations and the U.S.'s commitment to democracy. Originally, the statue gleamed with the bright reddish-brown hue of copper, but by the early 20th century, the oxidation process had begun turning it green, a change that was complete by 1920. Scientific explanation. Copper oxidizes when exposed to oxygen and water, forming a green layer called patina. While some may view this as a sign of decay, the patina actually protects the copper underneath, making it highly durable. Interestingly, the U.S. government decided not to clean the statue to restore its original copper color because the green patina had become iconic. Symbolism. The color change hasn't altered the statue's meaning, however. Lady Liberty stands as a symbol of freedom, welcoming millions of immigrants to the U.S. through Ellis Island. The green patina only adds to its mystique, showing that, like the nation it represents, the Statue of Liberty has weathered the passage of time. 5. Alaska is both the westernmost and easternmost state. This might sound impossible, but it's true. Alaska is not only the westernmost state in the U.S., but it's also technically the easternmost state. This geographical oddity arises from the fact that the Aleutian Islands, part of Alaska, stretch across the 180th meridian, the line that separates the eastern and western hemispheres. Some of these islands lie in the eastern hemisphere, making Alaska both westernmost and easternmost. Historical context. Alaska's geography is full of surprises. The state is not only the largest in the U.S. by land area, but also has one of the most complex coastlines, with thousands of islands, fjords, and inlets. The Aleutian Islands themselves are volcanic, formed by the collision of tectonic plates along the Pacific Ring of Fire. Strategic importance. The Aleutian Islands played a critical role during World War II when Japanese forces occupied two of the islands, Attu and Kiska, in 1942. This was the first time since the War of 1812 that foreign troops had occupied U.S. soil. The ensuing Battle of the Aleutian Islands was a brutal and largely forgotten chapter of the Pacific theater, with harsh weather and remote geography playing as much of a role as the combat itself. Modern Alaska. Today, Alaska is known for its natural beauty, including Denali, the highest peak in North America, and its vast wildlife populations. Despite its remote location, the state's strategic position near Russia, Japan, and Canada has kept it geopolitically significant for both military and economic reasons. Scientific explanation. The U.S. is home to copper the world's largest cave exposed to oxygen and located in Kentucky, forming a Mammoth Cave National Park boasts the longest cave system in the world. Some may view this as a sign of decay, 400 miles of patina actually protects the copper and possibly much more, yet highly durable. Mammoth Cave has intrigued the U.S. government decided not to clean the statue to restore its original subterranean rivers, vast chambers, and rare cave formations. Symbolism. Historical color change hasn't altered Mammoth Cave's history is rich with exploration and discovery. Lady Liberty Native Americans as a symbol of freedom thousands of years ago, welcoming millions of evidenced by artifacts and petroglyphs found inside. The green patina later only in the 19th century enslaved African Americans, like the nation it represents. The famous guide Statue of Liberty mapped out the cave system and revealed its many secrets. Alaska is legacy the westernmost celebrated as a pioneering figure in American caving. This might sound impossible, geological significance. Alaska is not only the westernmost state in the U.S., but it's also technically the easternmost by underground rivers. This geographical limestone formation arises from the fact that the Aleutian Islands, slowly part of Alaska, to form vast chambers, 180th meridian, the line
It's
that
not just the
separates
size
the
of
eastern
Mammoth
and
Cave
western
that impresses
hemispheres.
visitors. Some of
The
these
cave
islands
is also
lie
home
in
to
the
unique
eastern
ecosystems
and rare
making
species
Alaska
like
both
eyeless
westernmost
fish
and
the endangered
easternmost.
Kentucky cave shrimp.
Historical context.
Tourism and
Alaska's
research.
geography
Mammoth Cave
is
is a
full of
UNESCO
surprises.
World Heritage Site and
The
continues
state
to
is
draw
not only the
cavers,
largest in the
scientists,
U.S.
and
by
tourists
land area,
alike,
but
research
also has
is
one of
still
the most
ongoing
complex
as
coastlines,
scientists
with
continue to
thousands
map
of
the cave
islands,
system,
fjords,
and new
and
passages
inlets.
are discovered.
The Aleutian
almost
Islands
every
themselves
year.
are volcanic.
Some estimates suggest
Formed
that
by
the
the
cave
collision
could
of
eventually
tectonic
be
plates
found
along
to
the
stretch
Pacific
over
Ring of
1,000
Fire.
miles in total length.
Strategic importance.
Making it truly
The Aleutian
mammoth
Islands
in
played a
every
critical
sense of the
role
word.
during World War II,
When
when
Japanese forces
the Liberty
occupied
Bell
two of
hasn't
the
been
islands,
rung in over
Attu and
170
Kiska,
years.
in 1942.
One of the most famous
This
symbols
was
of
the
American
first time since the War of
independence,
1812
the Liberty
that
Bell
foreign troops
hasn't
had
been rung
occupied
since
U.S.
the
soil.
mid-1800s.
The ensuing
It
Battle
famously
of the
cracked
Aleutian
soon
Islands
after it was
was
made,
brutal and
and
largely
despite several
forgotten
attempts
chapter
to
of the
repair it,
Pacific
the crack
Theater,
reappeared
with
each
harsh
time it was
weather
rung.
and remote geography
Finally,
playing
in
as much of a role
1846,
as the
on
combat
George Washington's
itself.
birthday, it was rung
Modern
for the
Alaska.
last time.
Today,
Cracking once
Alaska
again
is known
and
for its
becoming
natural
permanently
beauty,
silent.
including Denali,
Historical
the highest
context.
peak in North
The
America,
Liberty Bell
and
was
its
originally
vast wildlife
cast in
populations.
1752.
Despite its remote
for the Pennsylvania
location,
State
the state's
House,
strategic
now
position near
Independence
Russia,
Hall,
Japan,
and was
and
intended
Canada
to
has
mark
kept it
special
geopolitically
occasions
significant
and summon
for
lawmakers.
both military and
Its
economic
most famous
reasons.
moment came in
Scientific
1776,
explanation.
when
Copper
it was rung to
oxidizes
celebrate
when
the
exposed to
signing of the
oxygen and
Declaration
water,
of Independence,
forming a green layer
Since then,
called patina.
the bell has become a potent
While
symbol
some may
of
view
liberty,
this as a sign of
justice,
decay,
and the fight
the
for
patina
freedom,
actually protects
especially
the
during
copper
the
underneath,
abolitionist
making it
movement
highly durable.
in the 19th century.
Interestingly, the
The
U.S.
crack,
government decided
exact
not to
cause
clean
of
the
the bell's
statue to
crack
restore its
is
original
still
copper
debated,
color.
because
Some
the green
believe it
patina
may have
had
been
become
caused by an
iconic.
improper casting process or
Symbolism.
stress from
The
frequent
color
use.
change hasn't altered
What's
the statue's
clear is that
meaning,
attempts to
however.
repair the bell by
Lady
widening
Liberty
the
stands
crack
as a
only
symbol of
worsened the
freedom,
damage.
welcoming
Today,
millions of
the crack
immigrants
remains
to
an
the US
iconic
through Ellis
feature,
Island,
symbolizing
the green
both
patina
the
only
fragility
adds to
and
its
resilience
mystique,
of freedom.
showing that,
Modern
like the nation it
symbolism,
represents,
the Liberty Bell
the
has
Statue of
traveled the
Liberty
country several
has weathered
times,
the passage of
spreading
time.
its message of liberty
5.
to cities
Alaska
and towns
is
far
both
from
the
westernmost
Philadelphia
and
in the
easternmost
mid-20th
states.
century. It was
This might sound
transported by
impossible,
train
but it's
to
true.
raise awareness
Alaska
during
is not
World
only
War
the
II,
westernmost state
and
in
was
the
a
U.S.,
symbol of
but it's
American
also
unity
technically the
during times of
easternmost state.
crisis.
This
It now rests at the
geographical
Liberty
oddity
Bell
arises
Center,
from the
where
fact
millions
that
of
the Aleutian
visitors
Islands,
come every
part of
year
Alaska,
to see this
stretch
enduring
across the
icon of American
180th
history.
meridian, the line that separates the
8.
eastern and
The
western
U.S. has a
hemispheres.
secret Cold War bunker
Some of these
under a
islands lie
hotel.
in the eastern hemisphere.
One of the most
Making
fascinating
Alaska
Cold War
both
secrets
westernmost
was the
and
discovery of a
easternmost.
massive bunker hidden
Historical
underneath the
context.
luxurious
Alaska's
Greenbrier Hotel
geography
in West
is full
Virginia.
of surprises. Known as Project
The state
Greek
is not only
Island,
the largest
this facility
in the
was
US
constructed
by
during the
land
height
area,
of the Cold
but also
War
has one of the
to
most
house members of
complex
Congress in the
coastlines,
event
with
of a
thousands of
nuclear attack.
islands, fjords, and inlets.
Historical context.
The Aleutian Islands
bunker was
themselves
built
are
in the
volcanic,
late 1950s
formed by the collision
when
of
tensions
tectonic
between the
plates
United
along the
States
Pacific
and the
Ring of
Soviet
Fire
Union were at their
strategic importance.
With nuclear
the Aleutian
weapons
Islands
posing
played a
an
critical role
existential
during
threat,
World War
the
II.
U.S. government
when Japanese
developed
forces
secret
occupied
shelters
two
for
of the
high-ranking
islands,
officials to
Attu
ensure
and Kiska,
continuity of
in
government
1942.
in case of an attack.
This was the first time since
While
the
the
War
public
of
enjoyed the
1812 that foreign
Greenbrier
troops
as a
had
luxury
occupied
resort,
U.S. soil.
few knew that
The
deep
ensuing
beneath their
Battle
feet
of the
lay a
Aleutian
hidden
Islands
complex,
was a brutal
complete
and
with
largely
dormitories,
forgotten
a
chapter
meeting
of the
hall,
Pacific
and even a
Theater.
broadcast
With
studio.
harsh weather and
Exposure
remote
of the
geography
secret
playing as
The
much
bunker
of a role
remained a
as
secret
the combat
until
itself.
1992, when a
Modern
Washington
Alaska.
Post reporter
Today,
uncovered
Alaska
its
is known
existence.
for its natural
By
beauty,
that time,
including
the Cold War
Denali,
had ended,
the
and the
highest
government
peak in
decided
North
to
America,
decommission the
and its
facility.
vast wildlife
Today,
populations.
the bunker is a
Despite
popular
its
tourist
remote
attraction,
location, the
offering
state's
tours
strategic
that give a
position
glimpse
near Russia,
into one of
Japan,
America's
and
most
Canada has
elaborate
kept it
doomsday
geopolitically
preparations.
significant for both
Legacy
military
of
and
Cold War
economic
bunkers.
reasons.
The
Scientific
Greenbrier bunker
explanation
is just one
Copper
example
oxidizes
of the
when
many
exposed
shelters
to oxygen
built
and
across
water,
the U.S.
forming
during
a
the
green
Cold
layer
War.
called patina.
Facilities like Mount
While
Weather
some
in
may
Virginia
view this
and
as a
Cheyenne
sign of
Mountain
decay,
in
the
Colorado
patina
were
actually
also part
protects
of the
the
country's
copper underneath,
extensive
making
network
it
of
highly
underground
durable.
bunkers.
Interestingly,
Reflecting the fear
the
and
U.S.
paranoia
government
of the
decided not to
nuclear
clean the
age.
statue to restore its original
These lesser-known
copper color
facts
because
reveal
green patina
surprising
had become
aspects of
iconic.
American history, culture,
symbolism,
and innovation.
The color change hasn't
Proving that
altered the
even in a
statue's
country
meaning,
as
however.
well documented as the
Lady
United
Liberty
States,
stands
there
as
are
a
always
symbol
new
of freedom,
discoveries to be made.
welcoming millions
From hidden
of
chambers
immigrants
to
the
ghost
US
towns,
through
the
Ellis
stories
Island.
behind the scenes
The
are
green
endless.
patina only adds
If you
to its
enjoyed this
mystique,
journey into the
showing that,
unknown,
like
don't
the
forget
nation
to
it
like,
represents,
subscribe, and
the
hit the
Statue
bell
of Liberty
icon
has
so you
weathered
never
the
miss
passage of
another
time.
fascinating fact.
5.
Thanks
Alaska
for watching,
is
and
both
stay
the
tuned for
westernmost
more
and
incredible
easternmost
stories.
state.